Hi everybody,
Hello everyone,
I'm Lynn with Plasma Energy Solution,
and I'm Stephanie.
and this is our favorite daughter, Stephanie.
I'm the only daughter.
So, okay, well today, first of all, I'll tell you what our website is. It's plasmaenergysolution.com. And I'm going to scoot my chair in because I forgot to focus and see if I'm part of the video or if I'm just an unembodied voice floating in from the side. We'll find out. So today I want to talk to you about some of the formulas we've put together.
Now, these are formulas that people have, like special combinations
Yes.
that people have requested.
Yes.
Okay.
So it all started when somebody sent an email and said, I think the very first one we did was Life Force, and she said she had some herbs and supplements and things that she wanted put together, and would we do that for her and make a GANS of it, which we did.
Okay.
And so I'm going to go into several of them that we have done for people, and I'll run through the list. I hope I haven't left anybody's out. There was Life Force, then there was Lyme Relief, Healthy Thyroid, Lung Relief, Healthy Senior, Healthy Joints and Skin. One that's in process is Healthy Heart. So let me show you what goes on. The final result of what we want when we do herbs and vitamins and minerals and supplements is there has to be a breakdown process. And these are all put in a jar, and however much there is in the jar, in other words, if this jar had this much of the herb, vitamin, mineral, essential oil combination, I would add that much of lye to it in the breakdown process.
And what is lye?
Sodium hydroxide.
Okay.
And it's what you would find in the hardware store that you're going to use for clogged lines. Okay, and you've got to be careful when you're using it. We use gloves and a mask and goggles, and so when I pour it in, let's say this was filled halfway or a third of the way, then there would have been that much, a corresponding equal amount of the lye, and then you're going to add water to it. But you want to have this sitting where you want to have it sitting because the jar gets hot instantly.
Oh, so you need to,
yeah.
Where you're mixing it is where it's going to stay.
Yeah, where you're mixing it is where you want it to stay for several hours because it's going to be pretty hot to pick it up. And so this is Healthy Senior, and here's another one that is somebody had asked me to put together a combination on collagen, and so this is collagen only, but then I made an additional combination called Healthy Joints and Skin, using this as part of the combination. So as you can see, the end result looks like a powder in the bottom, and then you have the water on top, and when you shake it all up, you'll see it all clouds up, and then it's all going to settle out again. So I want to go through some of these that I've done, and I want to show you the sequencing on them. One that I've just finished, and it's just gone on the website, is Healthy Pancreas. And you know what? I started this in November.
Okay.
And there were so many vitamins, minerals, herbs, roots, teas, essential oils. It was such a big combination of things. It took it this long.
So it's like 8 months.
Yeah, it was like 7 or 8 months. And that's an extraordinarily long time.
So when it started out, was it darker than this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And I'll show you what it looked like.
Okay.
Because I have several that are in process right now. And I want to kind of show you a time series on it. Here's something. Oh, here's one we put together. And this is called Lyme Relief. And these These were all supplements and herbs and things sent to us by someone who lives in New York, and I guess New Yorkers just are constantly bit by ticks.
Yeah,
And
New York, Connecticut, all
yeah,
that. Yeah.
and she would go a holistic route, but it cost her several $100s every time it happened, and she'd have to be on the protocol for longer than 1 month. So she sent us a combination of things, and she wrote to us last summer and said, I was bitten 6 times in June. It's been 6 weeks, and I immediately started using my Lyme Relief water. It's been 6 weeks. The symptoms should all be active, and I am symptom free. So she was really, really happy about that.
Yeah, that's a great testimonial.
Yeah. So now here's one that I started. Let me get the sequencing here. Here's something that was started in, well, the one on collagen I started in February, and this is one I just shook up. So it took about 3 months on this one. Okay, and then here's one called Healthy Heart that I started in March, on March 24th. And until I see a heavy collection in the bottom of the GANS material,
The sediment, which
the
you call it
sediment,
Okay.
yeah, all I do is on a daily basis is I shake these and let it keep working. It may be a month, it may be 2 months. It's just going to take how long it takes. Once it has completed to the stage that I see the collection on the bottom of the GANS material, then you have to go through a rinsing process, and I use pH sticks like you would use in a hot tub or something.
Okay.
And you want to get it to 7.5 or 7.8, which is ideal for
Okay.
humans. And so on the Healthy Pancreas, I probably rinse that for a solid month.
Okay.
So I'd pour off the water until I got down to the GANS material, and then I'd add water. And then I'd pour it off and add, and pour it off and add.
And that helps settle the pH.
Right.
To where it needs to be.
where it needs to
Okay.
be. Yeah,
Okay.
because we're just not going to utilize it publicly. So I hear somebody at the door. So would you
Yes.
mind checking? Okay, and then what I have is Healthy Immune, and I started this on April 4th. And that one is, well, as you can see, it's still, I'm still shaking it. That's where that one is at. Okay. And then I have another one, and oh, this was Healthy Heart. I showed you that one. And I have, thank you, Steph. This is called Healthy Immune. I started this on April 4th. And so as you can see, this is just to keep shaking it up until we get there.
And there's no real, you can't really be sure of the time frame because the combinations are all different.
Exactly.
And it takes them, they just happen in their own time.
Exactly. They happen in their own time.
Okay.
And Healthy Thyroid was sent to me by a doctor in Florida, and she's on thyroid medication, but she has relatives in Venezuela, and she said, I want to have something on hand in the event I could not get the prescription, because that had happened to family members down in Venezuela. And we actually have a family member who's using the Healthy Thyroid, and she's really pleased with how it's working with her condition. And
That's great.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is that yes, you can develop
yes,
special combinations.
yes.
Okay.
And here's how I go about it. You provide the combination, all the ingredients you want in there to me, and an explanation of what they are, and maybe a brief discourse on why you want them in there. and then I will put it together for you. I don't charge you to do that. You pay for the materials you send me, and when we're all done, as I did with Healthy Senior, which was provided to me, I sent half of the GANS material to the individual who provided everything to me. Okay, and so even though you're sending me maybe a whole box of things, you might get a jar that has about half of this, this corresponding amount in it.
Right.
So,
But it's got the GANS energy
yes,
always.
and always it does. And one thing that Dr. Paul said, because people would say, well, when we get a vial of water from you, it's clear. And he said, well, you don't always see the GANS. I mean, of course, you see the powder that's what looks like powder that's in the bottom after we've done the whole process. But when we take the water off the top, you may see the color, because certain herbs it's going to take a long time before they go clear.
Right. Right.
So if you'll think about GANS in this terminology, when Dr. Paul would use a plate, a copper plate, in making certain ones of the GANS, first he would do what was called adding the nano coating layers, and he would use a torch and he would go back and forth until the entire copper was turned black. When it's solidly black, it's got 50,000 layers on it. But when you look at the plate, it doesn't look thicker.
Right.
So that's when you're talking about GANs, you're talking about very, very tiny particles. And what you're really after is the relationship of the magnetic gravitational energy. This is just a vehicle holding the plasma energy.
Okay.
So any other questions?
No.
Okay.
I like the explanation because I am learning as well. So that makes good sense to me.
Okay, well, very good. Well, thank you so much for watching. Again, our website is plasmaenergysolution.com. And if you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. And please do share it with your friends.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you.